all that because it was still my start. So I was just going to the stars building, the company building, meeting with the execs, and it might be one or two execs in there, and they just watching me see if I'm good enough.
I took a picture with Rick Ross. Back against the wall and just slide down.
His entire bag went up in smoke, and guess who's at the center of the drama? Rick Ross Rose and his petty antics may have destroyed Lil Meech's entire career. From starring in the popular BMF series to losing everything, everything has gone completely wrong for Lil Meech. And you? How did we get here when 50 Cent had already warned him? Let's be honest. How did a growing star who had everything go wrong wind up broke and disconnected? And why did 50 have to cancel the BMF show? He played a significant part in the BMF series on Stars, which was a tremendous hit, and Lil Meech was winning. Was earning a decent living, his career was flourishing, and his future was bright. But all fell wrong when Rick Ross was introduced. As you are well aware, Rose, the king of petty, chose to make cozy with Big Meech right after being released from prison in order to exact revenge on 50 Cent. Due to Rick Ross's manipulation of people's lives, Lil Meech's primary source of income vanished, along with his millions and TV fame. Two had been lifetime operations, and Rose viewed this as his ideal opportunity to try his hand at something new. As a result, 50 Cent terminated the BMF program.
So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking,
Now to really understand this situation, we got to go way back. 50 Cent and Big Meech actually go way back to the early 2000s when BMF was at its peak. At that time, Meech was known for his lavish lifestyle. We're talking crazy money, fast cars, and a whole lot of street legend vibes. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was blowing up the rap game with Get Rich or Die Trying.
You know, he kind of broke the barrier between, you know, the Atlanta, the dirty South country, you know what I'm saying, things. So you know what, they really got some money down there. They really having fun down there. I want to go to it.
Tony Yo claims that 50 and Meech were close at one point, even having a fight at Meech's house while Lil Meech was present and listening to his dad regale him with his history. Yato claimed to have been enthralled with the way Meech carried. The actual contrast between them began to surface when the man had a significant presence, but while Meech was out here enjoying that fast life, 50 was playing the industry like a chessboard, not just about making quick money, but also about generating long-term riches. Let's not forget when nobody else was standing up for Lil Meech, 50 Cent did at the time. Lil Meech was trying to rap, but let's be honest, nobody from BMF was really pushing him forward. That's when 50 spotted promise and made a power play.
You put him in acting school. You know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping when he was rapping, and nobody was helping him from what I seen. Because I remember when Lil Meech was rapping.
When I first started acting, I thought it was just reading lines. Like in school, I'm the type of person, I'm trying to figure out how to get an A+.
Without telling anyone, 50 put Lil Meech in acting school intensive training, keeping it low-key until it was time for his big break and when BMF hit. So it was Lil Meech's time to shine, all because 50 set him up for success, and not forgetting the number of times 50 had to bail Mech out, like when he got arrested at the airport with a firearm, or even when he was accused of stealing a watch, and again 50 had to come to the rescue.
This is just for your safety and everybody else around you because there's guns involved, okay, or possible guns. We have to confirm it. Okay, X-ray doesn't tell us 100%, okay? It just says there's a possibility, and that's what it...
However, friction was rising behind the scenes as Lil Meech's star began. According to reports, Rising Big Meech began. In an Instagram post that has since been removed, 50 expressed his feelings about how close he and his son had grown and implied that Big Meech was a contributing factor. 50 asserted that Meech was influencing his son in the wrong direction rather than in the proper one.
In 2006, the brothers were indicted in a federal RICO case originating out of Georgia. BMF was the first group that was accused of being both a criminal organization and a record label.
Big Meech was out here telling war stories about his own crazy days when 50 attempted to warn Lil Meech about the dangers of narcotics. After giving it some thinking, I believe he was uneasy with my relationship with Mimi. He tells me he used to do X like it's okay, but I tell Mimi I don't want him to do that. Calm down and quit wasting all of your money. He's telling him how much money he wasted rather than teaching him, kid. Understanding finances and maintaining focus, you already know that 50 wasn't having Big Meech's previous lifestyle, which is why 50 eventually severed his relationship with Lil Meech. Things went south when 50 dropped that. After everything 50 did to invest in Lil Meech's future, things just kept getting messy behind the scenes. Now that 50's done with all of them, he cut Lil Meech off, canceled the show, and the money stopped flowing. This was a bombshell revealing that he had to send Lil Meech to rehab over an alleged substance addiction. But let's keep it 100, Lil Meech was spending like the money would never stop. He was out here flexing, heavy buying luxury cars, iced out watches, and flying private like it was nothing. Tony Yo even called it out, saying Meech was out here rocking Richard Mille watches, and y'all know those go for at least $500,000 a piece, and he was even dropping $10,000 on a single pair of Chrome Hearts jeans like it was nothing.
Meech got Richard Mille's Chrome Heart jeans, $10,000. I buy some Chrome Hearts for $10,000. I might wear them shits for a month, bro. $10,000 jeans, you know. We was buying Red Monkeys. Them is what $1,000 back?
And let's not forget that house that he's always been showing off online.
My kitchen right here, refrigerator, stove. It's the Ferrari right here. Keep the Ferrari for good luck. My Egyptian style furniture, the lion. I like that old school.
Future, Lil Baby, and Gunner are rappers who earn millions of dollars from a few gigs or streaming checks in a single month. Lil Meech was hanging out with these guys in a completely other financial league.
Lil Baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something.
Tony Yo even acknowledged that they were also spending carelessly during the height of Goonit, but 50 Cent always had a strategy. He knew how to put his money in companies and ensure that the bag remained safe.
For everybody, man. Banks, Lamborghinis. I'm over Banks had a Lamborghini. That's in the snow, man. Even put it in the garage. In the snow.
Since the BMF checks have ceased, Lil Meech's lifestyle is going to become increasingly difficult to sustain. He didn't have the same mindset and was attempting to stay up with rappers who had various revenue streams that he just couldn't match.
Don't play with Wham. You go Virgil. Virgil on the folk.
And he was cautioned by the most bizarre part. 50 was asking him to quit spending all his money and focus on the long game, but Meech was too busy flexing, and now the consequences are hitting hard. So where does Rick Ross come into this calamity? If you've been watching the drama, you're aware of 50 Cent and Rose and Rick Ross have a long-standing feud that began when 50 revealed Rick Ross's former employment as a correctional officer, which severely damaged Rose's street credibility. Since then, they have been exchanging insults, internet taunting, and sometimes extremely personal attacks.
Correctional officer who is rapping like a drug dealer. It shows you that's the point in our culture that you can identify with you actually being who you say you are. Doesn't.
Therefore, you already know that when Rick Ross saw an opportunity to align himself with Big Meech, it wasn't about loyalty, rather it was about getting at 50 Cent. In the most bizarre turn of events, Rose was able to destroy Lil Meech's career in the crossfire, and 50 attempted to warn Lil Meech that he could see Rose's actions from a distance and knew this was all a setup. But with 50 Cent brushing his hands off the whole situation and the BMF series officially dead, Lil Meech is now out of a job, cut off from 50's money, and stuck in the fallout. He didn't listen and stayed in line with his pops and Rick Ross, so he's going to have to find a new lane quickly. But given Rick Ross' history of stirring up trouble, now there's no telling how much more drama might come from this, and if Big Meech keeps cozying up with Rose, this might just be the beginning of the fallout. So what do y'all think about this whole complex issue after everything happened? Did 50 Cent have the right to cut Lil Meech off, or did he make a mistake by remaining with his parents and Rose? Do you believe Rick Ross was being spiteful, or is he just playing the game? I'd like to know what you think, so please leave a comment below. While you're here, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of this crazy progress. You should also watch the next video on your end screen. I promise you'll want to see what comes next.